business now. But anyway, is there anything that you're trying to do at the moment? But I will ask that actually after. So podcasts, what kind of podcasts do you?
Yeah. So all of them, I was saying, listen to basically all the classics.
With Mozart playing in the background.
Yeah, exactly. So how I built this, I think is just great.
What do you normally take from that?
Well, he always asks the same questions, but it's the personal stories that I find so interesting.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know, James Dyson, for example, British inventor who invented Dyson vacuums, who
and hairdryers now. Just saying.
Loads of stuff, hair dryers, hand dryers.
Oh yeah, hand dryers. Yeah, they're actually really good hand dryers.
Yeah. Originally wheelbarrows.
Really?
But you know, his story, like, he was like a real hacker. So he, you know, the thing behind the whole Dyson vacuum was he was in a sawmill and was like climbing over the walls of the sawmill at night. And is that really true? I don't know, but it's a nice story about all this stuff.
Yeah.
You know, one of the things about that really stuck with me was, you know, he kind of risked it all. Like he was like in his 30s with a family in a house, and he remortgaged it and plowed everything into his business. And he owns 100% of Dyson now.
Wow.
Which you think, wow, that's pretty amazing. He owns 100% of that company. But you know, he's risked a lot to get to that point. And it makes me look at things and go, well, what are we risking? I mean, you know,
just cruising along.
You know, what's the worst going to happen? You know, and makes you kind of put things into perspective a little bit. Yeah.
Well, you hear those counter stories of those scenarios.
What's the worst can happen? We could run out of money and lose all our investors' money, but that would be terrible.
Yeah,
but
let's make sure everybody hears that.
Not going to happen. But
I'm going to say not going to happen one more time.
Not going to happen.
Just says no concern. There's Victoria's Secret business, right? They, same thing, guy put everything on the line, got it to a certain point, sold it for, you know, say 10 to 500 million, whatever, but now it's worth billions of dollars, and they IPO'd it or whatever straight after of some massive financial event, and he like missed out by a year, but sold too soon. So at least they got there.
There you go. You got a bit.
Yeah.
But, so no, I just love hearing. I do like hearing the like personal stories about how people got, you know, what they achieved, what they did, and especially like when you hear, you know, there's some really pretty inspirational stories out there.
Yeah. I think something that people miss is that startups is just tough. It doesn't matter what size, how long it's been going, how many people, no matter what industry, startups suck every day. So if more startups can just communicate that to each other a bit more, so everyone can relate a bit more, and just say, hey, how can I help? Because
and even when it's going well, you still, you know, it's really hard. One of the things we're guilty of is, you know, not focusing on the success. You just focus on all the shit that's going wrong in the background.
Exactly.
You know? On the outside, it might look all rosy and shiny, but you know, there's this list of 1,000 things that you need to tackle. That
you're always thinking about that next thing, right? Going, oh wait, we did that.
Oh, we got to that landmark, but you know, we kind of went for a pit, went for a drink, and then that was it. On to the next thing.
You're like still sitting there on your laptop with beer in hand, going, yeah.
But you know, it's interesting because obviously before I'm still new to this game, so we've been doing this now 2 years, so it's.
But the hours must be so like pretty similar from a medical background to a startup background. It's constant weird hours.
So this is much harder than medicine, definitely. Hours-wise, yes. And also just like stress and decision-making-wise. So the nice thing about medicine is there's a system, there are protocols there. So even if, you know, you're working in A&E and there's a car accident and 20 people come in at once and they're all limbs hanging off everywhere, you know, everyone knows what they're doing and there's a protocol and you know exactly what decision you have to make in every single scenario. Your job is basically to learn a decision tree, which is okay. Doesn't leave much room for creativity, but it means when things are difficult, it's a really clear and easy path to take.
Back into that,
it's a really clear and easy path to take. So that doesn't exist within
startups at
all. And you know, when you're confronted with decisions, it's there's never necessarily a right answer. You can create these frameworks about trying to, you know, say, well, actually, our customers are more this side of our marketplace more important than this side of it. But you know, it's always
you're rolling the dice every time.
And that's quite a tiring decision making process. That, but at the same time, with that comes like the ability.
Great power. It's great
exactly. But with that comes like the ability to be creative, like with your thinking, which is great.
Where would you rather be?
Sorry?
Startup or medicine? Where would you rather be?
Startup, 1,000 times over, 1,000 times over, because you know you can. I mean, it's cliche, but you know, within you can't change anything in medicine. If you want to, try this new treatment, you have to go through this incredibly, rightly so, because the stakes are high. Go through this incredibly rigorous process of, testing and trials and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So
it's a little bit harder to test things out versus a startup where you can just put something live and
yeah, exactly. See what happens. Shit,
crash the site.
We've pissed off a couple of users or whatever. But you know what I mean? It's like you can do that.
Yeah.
And that's really fun.
Definitely.
That's really fun.
So how did you pick your investors, or how did you get to the point of doing a deal where you had that ability to keep testing, keep trying things out without, because it's that weird relationship where they want the best, or they want a result at the end of the day, but they need to give you guys the space to test things out to find that.
Yeah, we've been really lucky with our investors in that we've a lot of it's just come from personal networks, friends and family, and then kind of growth from there. So recommendations from. So we've got quite a long catalogue of different people. Yeah. But that's nice because we get to put in expertise from a lot of different fields actually. So, and they're all very supportive. I'm trying to run through. Is there anyone that's annoying me at the moment? No, they're all really supportive and actually very, very forthcoming with advice and help, which is great.
Yeah.
But then an interesting thing from that is we get two different investors, let's say, who are both equally successful, very, very successful in their own minds, like built and run their own massive businesses, great people, very intelligent, and you go to them with a scenario and say, oh, which road should we take? And one will be like, you've got to take this road. If you take the other one, you're an idiot. And then the other one will go say completely opposite. I mean, it's like, it's like, okay, so a perfect practical example of that is we were at a juncture where we knew we had, for example, within London, a really a liquid marketplace that was working.
Yep.
We needed, if we invested money in that, we get a really tangible return on that investment, and and actually there's probably quite a quick path to becoming cash flow positive.
Yep.
So it's like, okay, do we do that? Or do we just go for like market domination growth? And that's like kind of like a fairly basic tenet of like kind of startup decision making. What do you want? The $100 million question. Yeah. And we're still we kind of know what we're doing now, but when we started first coming across that kind of question,
become a great small business, or do you want
or do we become a great small business and prove that we can prove that we have a profitable business model? I know it's not very fashionable these days, but like prove that you have a profitable business model, and then to some extent the pressure's off a little bit because you're not counting the days down to day zero.
Yeah.
You can raise money from who you want when you want, theoretically, because the clock's not ticking.
It's a different conversation.
It's a different conversation.
We've got a week left, or hey,
exactly.
We're taking conversations.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that fundamental decision is. I remember it was just like seeking counsel from a few different people and finding out what they thought. And
how did you ultimately make that? Because obviously you can take everyone's advice.
How did I make that decision?
It was a very intelligent decision.
Yeah, definitely not. No, it was having that decision. I think we just all came together and were like, right, what do we want to do? And the way we obviously decided to go for the latter, which is scaling as quick as possible and not just kind of being comfortable in where we were. And I think it came down to a bit of kind of like maybe it was a cultural decision about what we wanted to do.
Yeah, why everyone was turning up every day.
Yeah. It wasn't to do something safe and easy. It was to kind of go for it.
Awesome.
So we didn't really use any like spreadsheets or anything like that.
Fair enough. And mental health is a big thing that's not really discussed in startups. Obviously, long hours, lots of things happening. How do you make sure your team are doing the right things to keep a great headspace, and as well as yourself as a leader? How are you doing that?
It's really, really, really important question. And I spend a lot of time worrying about whether we put too much on people.
Yep.
And whether the goals and targets we're setting is appropriate. And maybe it is sometimes, maybe it's not sometimes. And I guess it's just about making sure we're talking to people and kind of keeping that dialogue open. And people have different
pressure points. Yeah. And also, you don't know what's going on outside of business.
For sure. Yeah. For sure. And then for myself as well. Gosh, That is a good question.
Are you doing things properly?
No, I'm not. I'm not. Definitely not. I should do things a lot better. So, yeah.
Well, this is the hard talk.
Yeah. I should, but I think everyone's guilty of that. Everyone's guilty of like slipping into easy ways to relax. So you know, choosing a beer rather than going for a cycle ride or something like that, or it's hard to take time off.
Yes.
It's hard to take holiday. It's hard to switch off and not own your laptop, especially when you love it. I love seeing what's going on and what's going on in Florence and stuff like that. So it's hard to find time to switch off.
Oh, that's good.
It takes a lot of discipline.
Yes.
But yeah. But it's good. We've got an office dog as well. I think that helps.
That definitely helps.
Although she does poo on the floor quite a lot.
Does that help?
No. I see half the people in the room. She's new purchase, Rosie, the dog. I got her a few months ago. And I've always been brought up with dogs, so it's like not abnormal for them to like poo on the floor. But that
you see everyone freak out.
See everyone be like, what have I come to?
Or they're like, I'm really busy, I can't look in that direction right now.
I'm just like, oh, Rosie,
pull yourself together.
Pull yourself together.
Yeah, fair enough. And what's the plans moving forward? Are you looking for investment in the future? To hire?
Yeah, for sure. So both of the above. I mean, we've got our goal at the moment really is basically we're at like day one of what we're doing. So
very exciting.
Yeah. So that's
on the record as well, which is important.
Day one, yeah. So nurses and nursing homes within England and Wales.
Great.
We want to get to the point where none of those transactions happen out with Florence by the end of next year. So 100% market share is quite a lot to be asking for, but we want to be at the point where
you feel pretty confident.
Where we got it.
Yeah.
And then from there, there's there are a lot of different avenues we want to take, but we're capitalised enough to get to that point.
Yeah.
But then we've got a lot of other. It's amazing actually as you get more and more immersed into the industry and you speak to more and more people and you find out what their pain points are. You're like, oh my god, there's 1,000 business ideas here. There are 1,000 things that can be done better.
Add-ons, keep going through the funnel.
1,000 things that can be done better for the nurses, for nursing, and for health, for hospitals, whatever. Like we've got this list of just all these opportunities. Maybe we should just spin out another business, or maybe we should divert tech resources to do this little funny thing. We could do that. Yeah. And one of our, me and Dan, my co-founder and COO, he, one of our biggest kind of not bones of contention, but discussion points is like
to stay focused.
Is it to be able to to stay focused and do our core business and just do it really well?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it to see like, oh well, we've actually got this really easy opportunity here that could in itself probably is a massive benefit to everyone. Yeah. And bring quite a decent amount of revenue as well, and won't require too much work from us. And it's trying to navigate that and decide which are priorities.
Yeah. And there's no right answer with that.
Well, I come down on one side of the coin, but yeah. But then I can be distracted sometimes as well. I mean, that's hard.
Definitely. And what is one thing that you can help other people with in the marketplace startup community that they can reach out to you guys for?
What can you reach out? Well, any medical advice you need, especially if you've got testicular pain of any sort, expert.
This person's going to hate you so much. Free to reach out about. I'm definitely not the brains behind the operation. I seem to just sit there answering emails all the time. Smiling.
But our technology team, product team, does some amazing stuff, and has our marketing team as well. So, and I think they've learned a lot in the process, and would be very happy to speak to people about that, and especially around things like points you make about liquidity and kind of being able to build things in a balanced way.
Yeah, it's really important.
I have learned a bit about that. Yeah, I have a lot more to learn about that. Yeah. But I've got a few ideas about it, I think.
You'd hope so by now.
I hope so. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
But,
I ask everyone this: if you could have a superpower, what would it be and why?
A superpower.
Yeah.
Gosh. I was going to say something very inappropriate there, but a superpower. I think it would be to Ooh, it would be to. Well,
I can't move my mind from the first one now.
Yeah, I can't. No, it would be something like being able to within the stuff. Gosh, I've never been asked what my superpower would be before. I mean, flying's really boring. That would be obviously really awesome.
Yeah.
But that's not a very interesting superpower to have. I think like mind reading would be really good as well.
Yeah, but then you know what everyone's thinking all the time.
Don't care.
Have you ever seen What Women Want?
No, I haven't actually.
Mel Gibson. You'll regret this choice.
End up being a curse.
Yeah, you'll regret this choice.
I worry. I do think a lot about what other people think. Well, so maybe,
yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, but at least you've recognised it, right?
But then I just asked about how one of my superpowers would be to be mind reading. So
yeah,
that's
solved.
Well, solved or just make it worse.
Spiral of death.
Spiral of death.
True. Okay, good point.
I'm gonna have to think about the superpower thing and get back to you on that one.
Fair enough. You got a whole pass to this one.
When I was thinking about something about like improving productivity or something.
No, this is just in general.
Yeah. I was going to say something really boring about being able to like categorize to-do lists really well, but I thought that is the lamest superpower ever.
Everyone always, funnily enough, says about time. They want to pause time so they can get more done, and then.
Well, that was kind of what I was trying to frame, but I thought that's so rubbish.
Yeah, startups, right? They can't help themselves.
Yeah. Being able to pause time to get more done. Yeah, that would be useful, I guess.
Because even when the deadlines come out, push pause, go hang out with your family, come back.
Yeah, that would be good. That'd be good. Sleep less. That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That's healthy.
Yeah, super healthy.
Yeah, I survive on like 1 hour sleep a night.
Are you like that doctor that sits there and goes, yeah, I should sleep right now. I really should. Yeah, no, I'm screwed now.
Yeah, no, I'm not very good at sleeping.
Yeah. Fair enough. Well, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you
really
for having
appreciate
me.
it. Hope everyone learned something.
I've enjoyed it. Thank you very much for tuning in.
See you next time.